Hello, how are you? Hey everyone, welcome back to Sylvia, the Sacred Spiral. And I was giddy, excited to what felt fun. And so, what I've not been doing, and this is so not typical for me, is I have decided that if I'm not feeling like I want to show up, I'm not forcing anything with this 111 days of frequency. There are some due diligent people that are part of this collective that are going um, with messages, however short, every single day. I am not doing it. I'm not forcing anything. I've done way too much forcing and fixing and pushing my entire life to do that with this. To me, this feels like fun. This feels like what I feel like I enjoy. And so I talked a little bit about the 111 days of frequency and how I created this YouTube podcast. Now, it's simply because I know YouTube. Not that I would be opposed to figuring out how to use Spotify podcast. I've actually had other people suggest Spotify podcast because you can do audio or video there. And what I've been doing with this podcast is kind of both, depending on what comes through. And this divinely aligned channel that I follow, Cortney, who channels Zero, she inspired us to do 111 days of freak out, letting your frequency out in whichever way that feels good to you. And what feels natural to me is talking, asking questions, curiosity, asking things that I notice in the nuance of others. Um, I mean, it could even be like the background. So I don't have a set background for where I'm at right now because this is actually a borrowed room. But eventually, with the live stage that I'm in, and I'll go into some of what the cards came through, is I feel like I know with me personally that I'm experiencing like a close of a chapter and the beginning of the next chapter. And being ready for the new chapter, like already like feeling like I need to shut the last chapter already. Like I want to move on. But that's also forcing and that's also pushing. And what Zero was channeling to me is that what's wrong with the empty space in between the chapters? What's wrong with not enjoying the blank page for all that it is, right? It is a blank canvas. It is the void. It is the unknowing of the unknown to come. And us humans are so excited. And also, we've been programmed to be taught to like move forward, push, 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 climb, 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 do the thing, right? But not so much to be witness to the unfolding and allow your body and mind, spirit to rest and restore. And it's not something you'll hear out there very often, but it's so crucial to rest and restore. Often, when I allow myself to do that, I find that I'm so much more productive um, than to push or force. And pushing and forcing feels like it. I've filmed a total of possibly 4 videos, which turned out to be audios, but I felt guided, lit up to do it. But I was so disappointed that I didn't do it correctly. And it wasn't a video, it was an audio. And yes, audio serves me, but a couple of times I wanted to do videos, and this was one of them. This was a video. This is a recreation of a video that was supposed to be a video a couple of days ago. And we had a little discussion about 3i Atlas. 3i Atlas is supposed to be, the news says it's a comet. I think it's a consciousness, honestly. I think it's consciousness from another universe or from the multiverse. It's bringing codes of love and consciousness and higher vibrations in. And I joked that it's bringing codes from different area codes. So it's bringing codes from different area codes to serve us. Who's to say that that's not us in a different time, space, or dimension, right? Like us or our star family, right? Like beings that we've had multiple incarnations with that know exactly what we're here doing. They know exactly what our divine blueprint is. They did not forget who we all are. Only we forgot who we were. And that was part of our agreement to come to Earth as the chosen ones and the divine ones of who we are, to light up a planet from the dense darkness that it's been in to the rise of the light within it. And all the beings within it are, not all, but most of them are chosen to be here and to serve in the way that they serve with their special lights. It's a puzzle, and everybody has a piece to the puzzle. It's a tapestry, and everybody has a special thread. And without everybody and their piece of the puzzle or their thread, the art isn't complete. The puzzle isn't complete. But we are on the precipice of great change, of what I alluded to as, with me personally, is one chapter closing and one chapter opening. And personally, I have a fourth and final child that is on the edge of freedom. What I mean by that is she's about to get her driver's license, and we've been working on that. And when that happens, I'm no longer needed to be a mom taxi or an Uber anymore. And guess what that means? I have a lot of free time to pour into passions, things that light me up. I find that when I pour into my passions, I'm so internally motivated that I lose track of time and space. It's always been a challenge for me, and I never understood why. I used to buy all the planners and all the books to keep me like task oriented and set several alarms throughout the day. And I do whenever I have to pick up kids, because I literally lose track of time throwing myself into something. So passionately creating what it is that lights me up. And I feel like an abrupt halt when I have to shift gears, especially when I'm thrown into the throes of passion. So I'm looking forward to that new chapter of my freedom and hers. Um, they still both live here. One goes to college and drives to college and work, and one goes to work. And just allowing me to not have to have responsibility for them. They still talk to me every single day about things that are going on at work or at school, and that's totally fine. But having to drop something to take someone to work and back is not something that I find in my top priorities of desires that I'd like to do. And so I'm looking forward to that chapter closing. And but I feel like in general, we have all changed. I know me and my family have gone through an immense amount of loss of people and animals since 2020, and losing people and animals and grief that goes along with it is pretty heavy, and puts us on a different path of understanding what's really important in life, right? And so my kids have unfortunately experienced a lot of that. And they're in their early 20s and teens, so it's tough. And but it also allows them to see and experience things that a lot of people in society are experiencing. So the other day, when I was so lit up and I thought I was recording a video, so I've done a couple of tests just to make sure it's actually video. I hope this is video, because I mean, I think I did an hour video, what I thought was video, and it was just audio. And it was, I was drawn and called to pull oracle cards. And some of you who know me pretty well know that I collect oracle cards more than I collect shoes anymore. And I think I'm up to like 50 decks. And I've never really been much of a tarot card reader, but oracle cards and my intuition have always been really, really spot on. And as I'm leaning more and more into it, it's just like so many puzzle pieces are clicking with what I've heard. And what I talked about is in regards to one chapter closing, one chapter opening, and also our discussion in the group that I'm in that does the 111-day freak out, or freak speak is where you get your frequency out. in whatever way that is, whatever artistic ability you have or whatever's naturally fun for you. And Oracle cards was screaming to me because I hadn't done any Oracle cards in a while, and I wanted to see what Spirit had to say to us at this time. So I pulled a whole bunch of cards in the last video. I already shuffled and pulled the cards, but this video is to really share the message with you. So it saves you my fumbling through the card shuffling, because I'm not the best at shuffling. Anybody who's ever seen me do it laughs because I have such tiny hands, and it's always a joke because I lose half the deck. So I asked for Spirit to guide me which decks to use and what messages they wanted to convey. And let me know in the comments if any of this is resonating with you at all. But it seemed to click with the discussion we were having about this huge Stargate portal, the incoming energies of Three Eye Atlas. I also listened to Honey C. Golden, who has been channeling that Three Eye Atlas is not only a comet, but it's actually a ship with consciousness as a ship. The ship is consciousness itself, but the beings on the ship are also consciousness. Almost like a cruise ship going from galaxy to galaxy to visit and, set Earth. And Earth is like is like the highlight of the universe right now, with this whole transition of coming from the depths of the dimensions that we have fallen up into the higher dimensions of, from 3D, third dimension, to the fifth dimension. And we are the reality TV of the universe, and everyone is rooting for us because all the other planets have already ascended and Earth is one of the last ones. So like, they're watching us with bated breath right now, and we have no idea because we can only see a percentage of what our eyes can see. Like, our light spectrum of our eyes don't see the whole spectrum. So there's like, they're watching us, like they're probably tuning into our YouTube channels or whatever way we're expressing ourselves, or live videos or whatever, and just rooting for us. And the angels, the guides, the ascended masters, that those have walked the earth before and learned, expressed, taught, and did all that stuff. They're all supporting us. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them have been reincarnated now to also help with this transition, right? So the decks that I pulled, what was guided to me is more like beyond Lemuria. I feel like society as a whole is going to like the new Eden or the new Earth or Lemuria. And that was one where we were more in communion with Source, creator of all that is, God, whatever you want to call it, and the nature kingdom. So the animals, the trees, the plants, the things like that, very much like Avatar the movie, where they like all lived and breathed from the tree of life, and it was a symbiotic relationship. I feel like the new human in our DNA, when it comes online, not only will all of our gifts magnify and strengthen, our heart has expanded, and our physical heart has expanded into our sacred heart and merged the two. And the merging of the two within us is our, 0 point. And that is also now connected to the cosmic heart, really receiving our codes and information and wisdom in all the ways that are what that flow to us easily and effortlessly. Some people may know it, some people may feel it, some people may sense it or hear it. Every single gift is yours, and some people have all the gifts, and some are even getting stronger and stronger while others unlock. So there's really no right, wrong right now. Just that darkness is coming to light, and we're here to unveil it, right? And we're here to live as the lighthouses that we are, because we already know, we've known this our whole life, and we've always wondered why we felt so out of place, or why we always felt like the black sheep of our family, because we weren't really made to live in the old earth. We were here to create the new one. And it sounds really weird and very woo-woo, but it might feel and ring true to you. So the cards that came out in the direction of the Lemurian cards, I was guided to Star Temple Oracle. I'll hold them up. Star Temple Oracle. I don't know. Can you see it? The Sacred Light Oracle. These are a lot of decks that I've not given a whole lot of time to, so I'm excited. Kyle Gray's Gateway of Light Activation, and then the Beyond Lemuria deck. And then I have another deck that is from a small card maker on Etsy, I believe. Midnight Oracle is her deck. It's called Sacred Soul Portals. And the Sacred Light Oracle and the Sacred Soul Portals, the reason why I bought them is because I'm certified in both of the modalities that sound very similar to those. So I was like, oh, I have to have it. And then the other deck that wished to speak was crystals. And I feel like the crystals really want to work with us right now. Here we go. This one's Sage Goddesses, Gemstone Oracle deck. I took a couple of years courses with Sage Goddess, so I do know a lot about crystals and herbs and oils and ceremony and things like that. Just random things that I know about everything. I learned from Sage Goddess and Athena Paracus. She's amazing. Okay, so yes. So I wanted to tell you or show you what cards came through. So the first card was, I'll start with the Beyond the Lemuria card, and the first card was air. And if you look at it, it looks like a seraphim angel, but look at all the stars above. It's like dropping codes and downloads through her being into her sacred heart. And air is all about communication. If you know about the tarot, they use the earth, wind, air, fire, and each one has a little bit of a meaning. But air signs like Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius are the stronger signs of communication, and they're a lot in the mental space. And so air came out, and it basically says an innovative way of existing, new earth energies, inspiring others with fresh air, flying higher than you ever have before. Oops, you can't see it. It's kind of wigging out here. Flying higher than you ever have before, more expansive perspectives and consciousness shifts. We are in a time of great change, which is kind of what I said. The speed of our evolution is increasing exponentially. Yes, we are advancing our technology and ability to communicate. I honestly think that we won't be speaking in words. It'll be telepathy soon, where more things can be expressed because it's beyond words. And so telepathy will be coming online, is what I believe. With our advancing technology and ability to communicate, more knowledge, more power are available to us as individuals than we've ever had for centuries. There are also more platforms where we can share information. Yes, there's like YouTube, TikTok, Substack, different like apps, you name it. Some I've probably not mentioned. There are also more platforms where we can share this information. Okay. We also have the ability to connect with tribes who are making a difference, to connect with a web of change where our lights unite and increase. So I do recommend, if you don't have a frequency family of light that you hang out with and talk about these things on a regular basis, I'll try to remember to drop a link to the frequency family group that I'm in. I love it. She has a free part and a paid part. Depending on what part you're in, you get more and more and more. Like, she gives a ton. So anyways, but basically with this, where our lights are uniting and increasing based on each other. When one of us rises, we all rise together and collapse thousands of timelines together, because one of us rose and got over our fear with courage and strength and wisdom and showed up. And that gives the next person permission to do the same, because everybody has something to share. Everybody is that piece of the puzzle. Everybody is that thread. in that tapestry, right? Like I said earlier, information that was inaccessible, taboo, or shrouded in mystery or initiation, especially in healing arts, is now available. We engage in many tools as we build energetic sovereignty and create pockets where we can choose to make big changes in our community. And that's exactly what we're doing. We can inspire others and connect the dots and receive and share knowledge and tools needed for transformation. Yes. As we wake up, we can't help but awaken all those around us. It may start with the inquiry of a fresh, new, long awaited breath in, and that's what it's all about. An expansive being holds a tiny little heart shaped seedling. When the foundations we build come from a place of love over fear, we will have a huge positive change in the world, and we can start with ourselves. So the theme for this card is communication, sharing wisdom, the breath of life, movement, faith, winged helpers, which I did a video about my angels, intentions, inspiration, and change, all of the above. So this is the card. Hopefully it'll show you. Yes, it's beautiful. Okay, so that's one card from the Beyond Maria deck. But as I said earlier, I have tiny hands, so when I shuffle, I have a difficult task with bigger cards, and like half the deck fell out, but I'm not going to read every single page of it, but I wanted to show you how like wild this is. Okay. I'm just going to flip through them. Hopefully you can see them. Number 25, freedom with the dragonfly. The dragonfly learns to fly after going through the mud and getting their wings, right? And then they can't tell their friends all about a whole nother realm that they've discovered because they can't go back in the water now that they have wings. And dragonflies also symbolize our loved ones on the other side. And the other one is the infinite, number 49. Number 49. 4 and 9 is what? 13? Is that right? Did I do my math right? So, and there's a infinity symbol and a scarab beetle down at the bottom. Very cool. I know somebody who uses the camera to do the mirror imaging, and you can see some wild stuff when it's like the ink blots where you see all kinds of stuff inside it. I do that with clouds in the sky as well. I've always done it. And number 21, communication and co-creation. That's exactly what we're doing in this group. Everybody has their own communication and they're co-creating with each other. I know that I've naturally seen things that when people have shared about their gifts, talents, and abilities, I can see so much for them. And I feel like we each have that ability to see the wonder and light and strengths within each other. It's when it comes to ourselves that we tend to have the challenge, right? So the co-creative energy is just going to make us stronger. Like I said, when one rises, we all rise. Mount Shasta, everybody knows that's a portal to the center of the earth, and the AKA Lemuria, one of the spaces. Internal Explorer, number 32. Internal Explorer. It's not all outside of you, it's inside of you. But the hard part is people don't want to face the inside of them. But once you do, and the number 14, Earth, Nurture, Nature. That we talked about the tree of life and Lemuria and coming into union with the plants, animal kingdoms, and things that the indigenous have done and Lemuria have done. And there's a lot of stories about this three-eye atlas also being the blue kachina, like, and three-eye atlas also tying to Atlas the being, the one that's holding the world on his back, and the story of Atlas and his lover of Earth, who, I guess descended or blew up or whatever, depending on which story you're talking about. 48, Surrender. surrender to the incoming energies, surrender to allowing your natural innate gifts to come out and share it no matter how uncomfortable it is. You have wisdom and you're part of the puzzle, and you have that thread that somebody else needs to complete the puzzle, right? To complete the tapestry. 41, the realm bringer. It's like you're connecting realms together. If you're on the 5D and a higher frequency and people kind of recognize you, they know you, maybe they went to school with you or whatever, and they don't understand why you're so calm, why you're so grounded, how you're not like losing your mind. You're bringing them to your realm, connecting the dots, right? Connecting the dots, the bridge, the lighthouse. Number 47, stepping through the gateway. Isn't that beautiful? Stepping through the gateway. And then that takes us to the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle by Kyle Gray. And the funny thing is, I got doorways, and there's 5 doorways. One has a big giant rainbow in it, so hopefully that serves somebody out there. And it says, Akashic Stargate, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. So it says, a stargate is a portal that can take us through space and time to the whole universe. It's based on the concept of Einstein-Rosen bridge, or what we've known as a wormhole, where a speculative structure linking different points of space-time is created. In spirituality, a stargate is less about traveling on a physical third-dimensional level and more about making progress on the spiritual level. A feature of many spiritual traditions is the idea that all of us have a stargate in our heart that connects us to the central lattice of consciousness and the divine matrix. The Buddha acknowledged that we were the universe, and Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is within you. Akashic Stargate transports us to a space where we are given the opportunity to make a decision and accelerate the realization of our life and purpose. So the way to connect with this specific energy is you visualize yourself at crossroads, then you tune into the direction that feels like light and joy and that you're loving it. And imagine yourself walking down the road and see what all that it brings you. So this message is, whenever you are at the Akashic Stargate and it's presented to you, it's like you're at a critical point of the journey. You have the opportunity to move in a particular direction, and you also have to make a decision. This can feel overwhelming, and you may be waiting for someone or something to make that decision for you. But you aren't here to walk a path that was set for you. You're here to walk a path that you have chosen. The next phase of your journey cannot unfold until you decide which way to go. Know that no matter which direction you decide to take, you'll always be on the right path. So no matter how you get there, you'll always end up in a similar space. Also, know that the purpose isn't about doing your duty. It's more about living life and experiencing joy. So that was one of the messages I had when I first picked this deck up, because I was like, I'm not forcing it. If it's not, technology's not working for me, I'm just not going to do it then. Like, I couldn't get there's no way to do a card show reveal on audio. You guys wouldn't be able to see what I'm showing you. And the next card from the Sacred Soul Portal deck is Pure Passion. Again, another gateway with a red rose. And it says, do some soul searching to find your true purpose. You have a special mission to fulfill. Do some soul searching to find your true purpose. You have a special mission to fulfill. As I said, like, everybody's a piece to the puzzle. Everybody has a string to the tapestry. And then the Starlight Oracle, or the Sacred Light Oracle, is the one that came as number 18, the Language of Light. The Language of Light. And it says, rediscover humble wanderer, communication, again, with that air energy, right? The language of light is written among sound waves and frequencies. Any object that has a high resonance falls in light language of it that is multidimensional. Often, when viewing the language of light, symbols, numbers, and geometry can take center stage. Have you ever seen light language written? They use a lot of like geometric shapes, if I could say the word. One example of this language resides within the realm of sacred geometry, is often used in energy clearing, sacred intentions, and prayer, meditation, and mindful practice. The water spirits, such as the dolphins and the whales and the seahorses, all have unique alignments with light languages. These graceful water creatures emit high frequency sound waves that shatter dense energy field with precision and purpose. So the whale song, the dolphin clicks, the squeals, the playfulness, all these are highly intelligent and protective. These beautiful beings share their mystical intelligence if you meet them with respect, humility, and peace. Galactic guides, the Seven Sisters, request that you immerse yourself in higher frequencies that can uplift your soul, your spirit, and improve your vitality. Rediscover old and ancient, reduce waste, upcycle to help the environment. This simplicity can make room for new energy, bringing more joy into your life. The communication of light language through your celestial channel will encourage you to try new things, including your interest in traveling to foreign lands, learning a new language, supporting your personal and spiritual growth. Just as learning a new language, try not to get too lost in the spirit of translation. And the serenity, and it says the quote, serenity comes from peaceful actions, peace with silence. The cosmic ascension guides, the Seven Sisters. The crystal they suggest in this book is Larimar, which is one of my favorites. I don't have it on today. I have Dambarite on today. And the affirmation is, I hear the language of light clearly. I speak with renewed spirit. And in this, which I don't know if you can see, there is a dolphin jumping in here. If I can get it to focus. Right there in the front. There you go. So that one is that. And then the Stars Temple Oracle Guide, this one here, this one blew me away. I was shocked. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, we were just talking about 3i Atlas and how Atlas is really not a comet. It's a consciousness or a ship that has beings of consciousness on it. And that Atlas is also a being that was written about in, I don't remember if it was Greek or Roman. A lot of that's borrowed information. So anyway, so then I got this card and I was like, oh, Pleione, like, and I was like, oh, she's really pretty. And I was like, oh, like right in front of her is like a dolphin. Or let's see if we can show you. You see it? Like right in front of her is a dolphin. I was like, or a whale. I don't know. It looks just like maybe it's just what I'm seeing in the wave. Maybe it's not a dolphin. I don't know. But so it says Pleione, number 44, of course, angel number, mother of the sea goddess. I surrender to the boundless creative flow of the ocean. And I was like, that's crazy because language of light had the dolphins and the ocean and sacred geometry. And Lemuria card, I felt like I had air, but I had stepping through and like, I don't know, just like, I was like, there's too much going on here as far as like 3 Atlas, Lemuria, Atlas, the being. And then I was like, okay, so let me look in this Pleione because I don't really know her very well. And this book, Star Temple Oracle, is by Susie Cherub. Beautiful, beautiful decks. I don't have all of her decks, but the ones that I have are just so well done. So then it says, and I was like, what? Okay, so it says Atlas and Pleione. Pleione. Atlas and Pleione are the two final stars that make up the Pleiades star constellation. Atlas star, the brighter of the two, sits below Pleiades. In Greek mythology, they were well-known lovers and parents to their 7 treasured daughters of the Pleiades. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, what? Are you kidding me now with Atlas? Atlas the being. This is the divine feminine, right? His divine partner. And Honey C. Golden goes into Atlas the being and how he is working for Earth as well as Three-Eye Atlas, the comet. So it's like, what? I can't even make this stuff up. This is blowing my freaking mind over here. I'm so excited. So it says, okay, here's the brief history and mythology. Atlas was a son. So my husband and my kids know all this stuff because like my daughter was into was it the oh gosh, I can't remember. It's like a teen titan, not Teen Titans. It's oh gosh, she's gonna kill me because I don't know it. Perseus, the whole book series. Oh, it's escaping me. She's gonna kill me if I let her see this video, so I'm not gonna tell her. But she's like, Mom, I can't believe you. So they all know Greek mythology and all that stuff. So anyway, so basically Atlas, or the mythology behind Atlas, is he's the son of a Titan, Lapithis, and ocean goddess Asia, best known as a Titan that led an unsuccessful war against the Olympians. After his defeat, he was condemned by Zeus to carry the entire cosmos on his back for all eternity. So I guess he's the one that's hunched over carrying like the world on a lot of statues and things. Well, Pleione is one of 3,000 daughters of the Titans Oceanus and Tethys, and she was an oceanid nymph, a nature spirit known as the mother of the sea. She is the goddess of all sacred waters and rain clouds. Pleione represents creativity, intuition, and purification. Her love is boundless and unconditional. She hydrates, she nourishes and nurtures us. She can be fierce and relentless when necessary. So the archetypes of Atlas and Pleione are the mother-father archetypes. Pleione and Atlas symbolize the sacred union of divine feminine and divine masculine together. They are the united essence of mother-father archetypes and the supportive reciprocal co-creative partnership that represents the divine balance between God and goddess. Pleione shines her light so bright for both her beloved Atlas and the entire universe. In turn, he holds her and the entire cosmos up. They share sacred union to love unconditionally. Together in full embrace, they uphold joint vision of a balanced world. The mother archetype, Pleione, is also the queen and goddess creatrix, as father archetype, Atlas, is also king, god, and creator. They love and support their children unreservedly and reign together with integrity and conviction. They co-create magical synergy as one. So when I pulled that card, I didn't know that she had any tie to Atlas at all. And then the book flipped open to this page and I was like, what? No way. And so I was like, is that the card reading? Because like the books will have like, that's just the history, the mythology behind it. And I was like, no way, I can't believe this. This is crazy in my mind. So the actual card itself is Mother of this number 44, Mother of the Sea, Goddess. I surrender to boundless creative flow of the ocean. The star words are divine, feminine, queen, and creatrix. Pleione, the Mother of the Sea, prays for our oceans and sacredness and infinite flow of sustenance. She supports you to submit to the endless inspired current of her sacred waters. The divine feminine is multifaceted and flowing freely through you. Embrace your embrace your divinity and sovereignty with self-love. It may be time to release, self-nurture, have deep rest. Perhaps you need to heal any mother wounding with sweet surrender, compassion, and acceptance. So good, right? So freaking good. Just mind blown there. Okay, and then I asked the crystals from the Sage Goddess crystals, like, which crystals want to come up to support the collective right now? And the crystals that came up right now are moss agate. And moss agate is so pretty. It looks like a whole bunch of trees are in it. It's so fun. It's like quartz, but like it has a whole bunch of looks like tree sprouts inside. It's so cool to look at. Anyways, it's for stability, persistence, and grounding. It's for both the heart and root chakra. So moss agate is a stone of nature's peace and abundance. It reminds you that there's always a silver lining to each cloud. You've pulled this card as a reminder to be resilient in the pursuit of a higher purpose and to embrace grounding, calm, stable energy of Mother Earth along the way. Meditate with moss agate, balance your mood swings with it, instill patience, and build a better determination to handle any of life's challenges. So that's moss agate. And the other one that kept coming out, and I kept going, are you sure? Are you sure? Nope, this is the one. And it's manganese calcite. It's like a, let's see if I can get it. It's like a baby pink, white-ish. And it's for self-care, empathy, mind-heart integration, heart chakra. Manganese calcite is a deep healer across space and time. It brings self-love and the capacity for both physical and etherical nurturing on all levels. You pull this card because you need to be more sensitive to internal or external energies, more sensitive to external energies, and more aware of how your perception shapes your awareness. And then meditate with manganese calcite to promote peace, connect with others' emotions, and attune yourself to external energy fields. So that is really a cool one. It's heart chakra oriented. I have a couple. I always buy crystals, generally in pairs for one of on each hand. So, anyways, this one here allows you to be more sensitive to external energies and aware of how your perceptions are shaping your awareness, because it's really about perception, right? Like you can either perceive the world from a space of fear or perceive the world from a space of love and excitement for the next chapter. Either way, you're creating it. You are a creator. You're creating your reality with every thought, with every word. So just be mindful of that and really understand that your perception is creating your reality. And so, do you perceive your reality to be crumbling and falling apart and fear abound and like it's all the hell in a handbasket? Or do you perceive your reality that you're here for something greater? That if you're here this long watching this video, you probably feel like you're here for something greater. You know that you have a place in this puzzle. You know you're here for a mission, not only to create a legacy for yourself and your family, but for like humanity as a whole, as a collective. You were chosen. You are chosen. You were chosen and you are chosen one, like, right? So that's the gist of the manganese calcite. The other one that came up, and I was like kind of shocked, but not really. This is what I put a lot of my oracle decks whenever I'm done with them. This is black kyanite. Black kyanite is protection, healing, and clearing instantly. So I can touch black kyanite to anything, it clears it instantly. It's great for oracle decks. I feel like I got the hiccups. Black kyanite is it's root chakra. It's the only stone that clears energies and does not need to be cleared. It offers protection, healing, and transmutation of all low vibrations. You have pulled this card because you need to protect yourself or clear any stuck energies around you. Meditate with black kyanite and surround yourself with pure white light. to call in your guides for protection, stay true to the path of your soul's deep calling. So I always have a lot of black kyanite around. It's great to have like on your bedside table. I take it traveling with me. I have a palm stone of it. It's generally a little bit shardy of a piece. It's a little bit sharp, a little jaggedy, but I put all my jaggedy pieces on my oracle decks to clear them. But yeah, so that one came forward. So like I said, I'll put all my links in the comments. Any services that I offer, the group that I talked about that's doing the frequency stuff. If you need a spiritual community that is open-minded and like amazing, high vibe conversations like what we've had here tonight, but you need to be able to have that space, I'll try and remember to drop that information in the comments as well. It's called Frequency Family, and or the Light and Love Club is the paid part. So anyways, I'll drop that information down in the comments if you would like a cool group of people, because man, they're pretty high vibe, and I've been in a lot of spiritual groups, and I've never felt this kind of level of special beings that I've met in this group. And I've met some pretty special beings on my path, but the way that this group is held, there's really no ego spirituality bullshit in it, and I really appreciate that. And because I found with some of the groups, it's like it is very much an old program, as far as like, I'm the chosen one and you guys are the chosen one, but I'm the really chosen one. No, it's not like that here. It's very round table. Everybody knows they're special, and everybody actually appreciates the gifts within every other being, and they're just truly rooting everyone on, and it's just so empowering to be a part of this group. It's crazy. They really just want the best for them, and not only that, do they want the best for them, they can see the best for them before the person sees it for themselves, and I've never been in a space like that. So that's why I'm here today. And they kind of got me out of my shell to show up again, and YouTube felt the easiest. So I just want to do things that don't feel forced, that feel easy, that feel fun, and that light me up, because I know if it lights me up, then you're just going to get the benefits of that. So I love you so much. I thank you for having the patience for me, for my tech excuses that I've had. I've like record 3 videos with what I thought camera on, and they never came camera on. And so kind of dumb, because 2 of them had like oracle cards I was showing, some which are like these, but some were healing oracle cards for my Sacred Soul symbol deck. And so I was like, well, that's not going to work very well. I could make it work. I could force it to work, but I don't want to force anything right now. Like I could do a whole bunch of like editing and things like that, and add images to the voice, and I was just like, the timing, it's just too much work right now. I'm like, nope, not doing it. I'm just gonna re-record or not do it at all. So anyways, I love you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.